So, the winter's drawn in and it's December already. I'm a little late putting out my to be read, but it's been an interesting start to the month. But I want to share with you some of the books that I've read and will be reading this month. Read with me. Here's the beautiful Padme's pick. It's a real winter feel-good book. Little Women has always been one of my favourites. Yes, of course I related to Jo, the independent and wild, and always looking for the best way to make the world better. And this graphic novel takes that story and brings it right up to date with a blended family and the March family being every bit as loving and squabbling as the original book. This is a beautifully drawn graphic novel with really relatable characters, and it's all supplemented by extracts from Jo's diary and from Meg's diary and emails to father. It's a real feel-good book, and I'm glad it's the book that I read today when I really needed cheering up. The Whispering Dark promises to be a really good spooky read. I'm not quite sure what to expect. I picked it up because of the deaf main character, and I wanted to see how they develop that deaf character. But looking at it, I think it's going to be really interesting, spooky story. Just right for cuddling up in a warm blanket on a cold night. Delaney always talked to the dark, but now the dark talks back. That's the tagline. And the only real clues from the end papers are that the deaf main character is out to prove that she's not fragile and she's not weak, and that she's at a university to learn to travel to parallel worlds. I'm hoping that's literally. I'd be interested to see how it works. This is going to be a story about secrets and mysteries. And to be honest, I'm really looking forward to it. Now for something a little lighter. This is a chapter book for, I suppose, from what I can see, it looks like it's sort of 7 to 11-year-olds. And it's called The Ear Fairy. And it is a charming little book about two best friends who are pen pals and meet. And the big crisis in the story is that Jonathan's hearing aids go missing. So, who could have taken the hearing aids? Now, if there's a tooth fairy, maybe there's a ear fairy taking the hearing aids. Now, the mystery of the story comes from how they will find the missing hearing aids before Jonathan returns home. So I'm looking forward to this one as hopefully a nice light read and a bit of fun. Now, Eddie Eckhart sounds just chaotic. I mean, I couldn't even take the picture of it properly because the cover is this wonderful gold, and it was so you can see my reflection on the cover. And it's the amazing Eddie Eckhart. Being a little wobbly won't stop her. And we're told that, hello, my name is Eddie Eckhart, or sorry, possibly Edie Eckhart. I'm a little bit different. I have a disability called cerebral palsy, so I talk slowly and fall over a lot. It never really bothered me because I've never known anything else. And it's the story of Edie going to secondary school. And I'm quite interested to see how this will be told. I'm expecting it to be funny and really enjoyable. The writer, Rosie Jones, is an amazing comedian, and I really enjoy her work. Usually she presents the most self-aware, self-deprecating queer humour, so I'm really looking forward to that. It's middle grade, so I'm hoping that it will not take me too long to read it. Interestingly, the reference on the front is from Jacqueline Wilson, so I'm looking forward to that. And I've got another middle grade fiction. And this book is a recommendation from a friend, and we were talking about representation of polydactyly, webbed feet in fiction, and she said there's only one book I know of that has that the representation, and I was so excited to see it. So she's lent me the book to read, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Time Travelling with a Hamster by Ross Welford. And I'm not quite sure what to expect. It sounds quite light-hearted. And the first bit on the blurb is, I suppose if you'd asked me before, I'd have said a time machine might look something like a submarine, or perhaps a space rocket. Instead, I'm looking at a laptop and a tin tub from a garden centre. This is my dad's time machine, and it's about to change the world. Well, mine at any rate. And it says that it's all about travelling to 1984 to save his dad's life, and I'm really quite interested to see how this is going to work, and I'm quite excited by it. So that's next one to read. Now, no Christmas is complete without a Tom Fletcher book. And the Christmasaurus is one I absolutely adore. And I will be making a video to put out for Christmas on the Christmasaurus picture book. But just this story of a boy meeting and making friends with the most unlikely dinosaur and exploring the world of elves and buttered crumpets. So I'm really looking forward to that. And there's just something about the magic of Christmas that just sometimes gets caught within certain books, and I think Tom Fletcher is particularly good at catching that magical, whimsical craziness of Christmas. The way the elves speak in rhyme is just delightful. So I'm going to be rereading and re-enjoying that. I'd love to hear what you think of some of my book choices. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'll come back to you soon. If you would like to hear more from me, please just press the like and subscribe.